Inland Sports.
And now join us here on the Inland Sports Show. The King Wolves are off to a 2-0 start to start the year. They've got a big Thursday night game against another Riverside school, JW North. We've got Andrew Dixon on your screen left. We got quarterback Conn on the screen right. Guys, congrats on the 2-0 start. You know, going into the season, did you feel like this was a team that had, a lot of talent? The morale was good, a good attitude. Did you feel like, man, this is a team that could be pretty good this year? Did you feel good about your expectations going into the year? Andrew, I'll start with you, and Derek, you can answer the same question as well.
Yeah, I felt pretty good going into it. I feel like Roosevelt game, some of us had some doubts on it. It's Roosevelt. Like we've never beat them before. So coming into that game, it was a little nervous, but once we started get the rhythm going, first we set the tempo off it. So that it all kept us hype, all kept us going during that game, and came out with a good dub. And second game, I didn't get to play that game because I hurt my knee, but I watched my team. They did pretty good. They handled it pretty good. We don't have a quarterback right now, so we have a receiver as quarterback. So he did pretty good. He balled out, so he held it down. Especially Roosevelt game, he held it down. So it's crazy. I think it's been pretty good.
Yeah, Andrew, I'm going to get to Derek in just a second, but I'm I think Derek was catching passes, then he plays, quarterback the next week? So Derek, if I ask you right now, what position do you play? What would you tell me?
I would tell you quarterback, but coming into the season, I definitely didn't think that by week 2 I'd be starting, now by week 3 I'd be starting at quarterback, but it's definitely been crazy, but just trying to rep it all out and get used to it at quarterback. But yeah, it's definitely been wild.
What do you guys say? What do you think it says about this team that you're able to, maybe play in positions you're not, super familiar with, or play out of position, and this team is still winning? That was a big road win at Roosevelt. Then you turn around and you blank Kaiser. This team's off to a great start, and it seems like whatever you guys are doing, it's working. What do you think it says about this team when you're able to do something like that?
I think it shows that we have a lot of athletes. We have a lot of people that could go anywhere and play wherever. And I think it also is a testament to Coach McMahon's. For me personally, when I had to go to quarterback, all Kaiser week, that practice, he definitely made stuff a lot simpler, a lot easier, to understand from the offensive schemes. I did kind of understand it, being at receiver, but he definitely made it simple, from that QB aspect. But, now that I'm starting to get it, just add more stuff, repping it out. And, I think he's definitely made it easier.
Andrew, I spoke with Coach McMahon's during the spring. You guys had a spring practice, and I was like, "Hey, Coach, where are the King Wolves going to be strong this year? Where do you think of this? Maybe up front? Is it the secondary, offensively, whatever? And Coach is like, "Oh, absolutely up front." He's like, "We're going to be big, we're going to be physical, and we're going to be great up front." So, Andrew, through the first 2 games, I know you missed the last one, but man, what can you say about what you guys have been able to do up front defensively? Like you were talking about Roosevelt. I know Roosevelt's QB was out too, but you were still able to, contain that offense. Then you turn around and your team was able to shut out Kaiser. You guys are doing a great job up front and, setting probably the tone for the rest of the defense and the rest of the team.
Yeah, we work on different, when we watch film, we watch the different aspects of guys. So in practice, we'll put we'll match what they look like. We'll put our offensive guys up against us, same everything, their size, everything. So we adjust by working hard every day, doing different things to get used to their type movements. Certain players, they'll do certain things, and we'll adjust to right away at practice. We'll work on it over and over and over to game day. But I think up front, we work pretty hard. We're all pretty big guys, you can tell. And I say we're pretty good up front. We're pretty strong. Everyone, we're all good.
Mm-hmm. So Derek, obviously in practice you want to protect the quarterback, make sure he's healthy. But I don't know, does Andrew ever come chasing you down in practice? I know he's not going to throw you to the ground or anything, but you ever hear those footsteps? You're like, oh man, here he comes. I got to get rid of this football.
Thankfully he hasn't really been practicing full speed because he's been getting back with the knee injury. So probably good for me in a way. But yeah, definitely don't want to see that, chasing after you. Probably just going to throw it away if I see that. But thankfully he's just been trying to like rehab that knee and get back right. So, but yeah.
So Derek, did you play quarterback at all growing up?
Yeah, I played quarterback when I was younger.
Okay.
Like youth football days. Nothing. A little bit last year, because we kind of had like a similar situation, like for emergency QB, but not in a varsity game. No. So it was definitely kind of new, trying to just figure it all out. But yeah.
Do you? I mean, you're a receiver by trade, but do you have a preference? Like, is it kind of fun back there? Like, you're like, oh, I can get used to this.
Yeah, it's fun. I think it's fun because it's all new, But yeah, it was fun, especially when we're winning. That makes it very, very fun. But yeah, I think it's fun back there. It's a lot different than receiver though. It's a lot more choices you got to make. It's not just you're running and catching the ball, But yeah, it's fun back there, I would say.
So guys, a question for both of you. After that Roosevelt game, did it feel like there was a new sense of, I don't know, confidence or maybe some momentum for this team? Like, in the spring or summer, you're like, yeah, I think we could be pretty good. And then you go out there and actually do it. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, what we were believing, it's actually coming true. Like, we are a pretty good team. Did the team feel different? Was there a different vibe around the team after getting that first win in week 0?
Yeah, we felt very confident after that game. Like because we didn't say, I'm not gonna say we thought we could never do it, but we thought like it would be like a slight chance, But after that game, like we feel like everything changed. Like everybody's like not everybody's lives changed, but like we changed like team history, Like that's a big legacy on our back. So we felt pretty good after the game. Everybody. Some people even now like can't even believe we still beat them. So I mean, it's crazy,
How about you, Derek? Same thing.
Yeah, I'd say the same. I think after the game it showed like that we could be for real. That we have, like I said, we have the athletes to do it. And we could go out and do that to pretty much anybody. It showed because that's definitely a tough squad over at Roosevelt. I mean, new coach, new coaching staff, everything with them. They got athletes over there too. So yeah, it showed that we're for real. We could definitely do stuff.
All right, so guys, I'm looking at your schedule right now. You've got North coming up this week, and then the following week you're going to play Riverside Poly. I hate to look too far ahead, but that Poly game, they had a good year last year. They won their first game this year. They look like they're going to be pretty strong again. Those Riverside games, do those mean a lot to you, whether you're playing North or Poly, whoever else? You guys can both answer this, but what does that mean to you guys when you play another in-town team like that?
When we play another Riverside team, like we really just try to see like who's the best Riverside team, like who's gonna put Riverside on the map. So I mean, honestly, we take it like personal, kind of like I say we take it personal. That's pretty much it. I say we take it pretty personal.
How about you, Derek?
I think we definitely like you said, take it personally, because we're trying to make a statement. We're trying to make a statement like who really, what we said last year, like who runs Riverside. But yeah, just don't look at it, as too much of a game. It's still just a football game, but obviously it has a lot of meaning behind it. The in-town rivalry, especially against Poly. They got a pretty good squad. So yeah, I think the main thing is just trying to make a statement, in Riverside that we could run it and stuff like that.
Too, like obviously you guys at King get tons of fans that come out to your games. Great fan support. So does Poly. Those King versus Poly games are some of the biggest crowds I've seen for high school football games. You guys feed off that when the place is just packed and it's loud and people are going nuts?
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like especially this year, it's going to be at RCC.
Yeah. So
that's going to be a crazy neutral environment. I think a lot of people. Well, I mean, it's Poly's home field this year, but
yeah.
It's going to be a neutral environment because it's like in-town rivalry. But yeah, we definitely feed off of that, especially when there's a bunch of people coming out. supporting us. But yeah, I'd say we definitely feed off of that.
All right, guys, finally, I know you're just worried about North this week, and that's it. But when you look way down the road at the end of the season, the league championship, it's going to come. I feel like it's going to come down to you guys, Great Oak and Murrieta Mesa, and that's who you finish with. You finish with Murrieta Mesa and Great Oak in those final 2 weeks of the season. Do you feel like this King team is good enough to win a league title? And what do you think you guys need to do well the rest of the season to give yourself a chance to win a league title? You guys can both answer it. Derek, I'll start with you, and we'll finish with Andrew.
Yeah, I think we take it week by week. Just try to play every week, as good as we can. Obviously, the adversity is going to come. We've already faced a lot of adversity this year, and we've shown that we can handle it. So just try to face adversity as much as we can. Never get too high, don't get too low. We obviously know we got a job to do this year, and we all know what the ultimate goal is. So but yeah, that's one of the goals we talked about, just a league championship. So yeah, we're gonna take it week by week. And obviously, those are really tough schools. Mesa and Great Oak, especially at Great Oak, tough place to play. But yeah, just take it week by week. Handle adversity as good as we can, and see what happens.
Great answer, Derek. How about you, Andrew?
Yeah, like what Derek said. Just keep working hard the whole week. Take it week by week. Make sure everyone's healthy. Make sure we're all good every game. Just take it slow. Just keep working. That's it.
Well, guys, you're off to a great start. I know, even going back to last year, that great CIF run, I know that was probably painful. I don't know if that motivates you this year, but you guys are off to a great start in 2024. Everybody, that's Derek Conn. That's Andrew Dixon from your King High School Wolves here on the Inland Sports Show. Thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate the time.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Inland Sports.